Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I wanted to tackle a bit of an odd subject, but a really important one for Raid, and that's power creep. For those that don't know what power creep is, it's basically when a game over time continuously drops new content, new champions that are way more powerful than champions in the past. So over time, there's this kind of creep of power towards the new, which kind of keeps the game fresh, keeps it exciting. But ultimately what it does is it leaves your old content, your old champions, a little bit obsolete. Before I get on to talk about what's going on in Raid, I just want to bring out two different games, two different examples of how they actually manage power creep completely differently. But for both of them, it's been like a real necessity to keep their game alive. So I'm going to start with World of Warcraft. And what World of Warcraft do is, over time, they've gradually allowed you to level higher with your champion. Every single content patch they drop has got higher level enemies. You can obtain higher power items. You level your champion up to a higher level, therefore you grow your stats. And ultimately, over time, although you've only got one champion, the power creep comes in gear, it comes in enemies, and it kind of keeps you hungry to do the next thing. If World of Warcraft did not have power creep in it, you'd basically get to a point where it gets dull because you've got the best stuff and there's almost like no need to go out and do that dungeon, go out and do the next thing. So for a game like World of Warcraft, power creep's essential to keep it alive. The second example is League of Legends, actually. So League of Legends does not have this kind of like new content drop. They've played the same map for 12 years or whatever it is. And actually with League of Legends, they started off with a really high power level. They realized the game was going to be popular and they had to hard nerf a load of their champions. And then gradually over time, as they've released new champions, they've got stronger and stronger and stronger. And the way they deal with their power creep, because they don't change the content, they actually bring out a champion that's super sexy. People want to play that champion. And then after a couple of months, they hard nerf the champion. Okay, so people don't invest a load of cash like they do in Raid. So the hard nerf, although it feels bad, it's not like it feels bad and I'm annoyed because I've spent tons of money on it. Okay, people might buy skins, but you can't really like get really angry just because you've bought a skin. So League of Legends kind of throw their power creep up. They keep people interested in the game. And if you were to look at the last like 10 champions they've released in League of Legends, I think any pro player would say when they came out, they were totally OP. Okay? So that's like two examples of games. Now, Raid, I feel like sits more in the World of Warcraft area than League of Legends because people that are playing the game, they want new, better things. And with Raid, it's not necessarily new, better gear. It's actually new, better champions with different skill sets. And that's what keeps people hungry to pull shards, to want to play the game, to be interested in what's going on. And there was a period of time where Raid dropped new legendary champions, which were just crazy. They just dropped crazy game-changing legendaries like Hedgie came in, absolutely changed up the game, continues to be a kind of massive force in the game. They dropped the pairings of champions like Orotus, absolutely crazy for when he dropped. Sifi, and the power creep just felt like it was flying up. Every single legendary that came in felt like they were more crazy than the last. Tormund as well was a similar kind of example. And honestly, it felt like power creep was getting out of control. Now, I wonder if it's calculated or if it's just, a random occurrence, but actually feels like Raid have completely halted their power creep of legendary champions. And I feel like what they've actually done is they pushed power creep into epics, which is a really weird thing to do. So Raid now, when they're releasing new epic champions, a lot of them are really close to like a mid-tier, at least, legendary champion. And the new legendary champions, I feel like have been quite underwhelming, but only because they're coming in at a similar level to other legendary champions. So I guess my question to you guys is, have Raid got it right? Have Raid actually found the right chemistry for power creep so that they're bringing in champions of the right level to just kind of slot into the game? Or do we not even realize it, but do we want power creep in the game? as I hear a lot of people say, you know, these new legendaries that have come through, and to give you some examples of the new guys, well, we've got one that we're fusing right now, Yoshi, Jintoro, the best of the Shadowkin, kind of slots in as a, you know, reasonably strong, but kind of mid-tier legendary champion. We've got other ones that have come through, someone like an Astrolon that we were all able to fuse. Great champion, but again, he doesn't like break the game. He's not above the tier of other champions out there. We have other people that have come in, like Gemcursed. Honestly, can't see him being played anywhere other than an arena defense with any kind of, like, you know, quality. We've got champions like Cecilia, good champion, really good champion, but again, not like to the level where everyone's saying, I need that champion. Yeah, if you think about Trunda, you're like, I need that champion. If you think about, I don't know, still Sifi, I need that champion. We don't seem to have those ones coming through at the moment in legendaries where people are saying, yes, that is the one who's going to change my game. But I feel like we do have it coming through in epics. And it's a really weird thing to do from Raid's perspective because, you know, I've got a lot of great champions. I know some of these new epics are fantastic. Doesn't mean I'm going to go and wail out after epics. So it's a really strange thing. You know, you've got champions like Ursula the Mourner, fantastic, epic. Helmut, basically a legendary and an epic skin. You've got champions like Deacon that have come in and kind of mixed things up. Another one in there. Champions like Inquisitor Shamal, who's so good for endgame content, probably better than a lot of the legendaries for endgame content. And the list actually does go on. It's like Udo as well. Absolutely like top tier epic. Borderline, you know, a lot of people would rather have this epic than a lot of the legendary champions. You've got Thacker in the Fat, on a par, if not better than just about any other ally attack champion in the game, including all of the legendary champions. So it does feel like they've taken a bit of a weird direction. And I guess, yeah, my question to you guys is, do you like this direction? Obviously, getting epic books is easier to do, so leveling up and maxing out an epic champion is easier. It means that the legendaries that are coming through don't make old legendaries obsolete, because actually a lot of the old legendaries are still at least on a par with these champions. Or would you like to see that kind of power creep of every time we get this kind of new wave of champions that they just feel sexier, they feel better, they feel like they're going to change the game up completely again? I was wondering about this the other day, and quite honestly, I was thinking to myself, and Stu's a big person that in the community for kind of voicing stuff, and you know, he was saying, you know, when are we going to get buffs on some of these new cool-looking legendaries that don't really do anything for us in the game? Couple are just kind of thrown up there, King Geralt and Yakal. And I was thinking, I'm on the same page. I'm like, you know, I got this guy, I thought he was going to be awesome, and he was average. But if he was awesome, would we then be calling out, where's the buffs for everyone else? Where's the nerfs for these new guys because they're too overpowered? And yeah, I was thinking about it today and I thought I'd do a quick video. I'd just like to know your thoughts. Do you feel like they're nailing it? Do you feel like they're nailing power creep in Raid? Do you feel like you like the fact that the epics are getting closer to the legendaries and therefore they're easier to get and easier to book? Or do you want to see a spike in new champions coming through? They're hard to obtain. They're meant to be hard to obtain. But when you get them, they absolutely change your world. So there you go, guys. Look, quick video today. Quite an interesting topic, though, I think. I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.